What's going on, guys? Today I have my top 10 users right now in Madden 26. I did one of these videos around 2 weeks ago and I only did include linebackers. Today I'm going to do a top 10 list for people who want to use safeties in the box at sub linebacker, and I have a top 10 list for those who want to use linebackers at sub linebacker. So it's kind of like a top 20 in a way, but we're going to have 10 safeties I like and 10 linebackers I like at user, depending on what scheme you run. So this video should be for everybody. Of course, if you're looking to add any of today's users to your team, head over to my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest, most reliable MUT coins on the market. Use code FERDY at checkout for 6% off. A link for their website is in the description. And getting started with our safeties. First up, we have Caleb Ransall. And yes, there's probably some guys you can find at safety that have slightly better stats, but I did want to include him because of his speed, and even his height is pretty decent. But 86 speed, 87 acceleration is still good, still very good, top end of the position at this point. But it does lack in the tackling stats and coverage stats. He's a user, so do keep that in mind. We don't look at the coverage stats as much, but I do really value tackling, and kind of just having a solid build at sub linebacker for a safety does go a long way. Like guys like Cam Chancellor's who I think of, Taylor Mays, those are like the perfect user middle linebacker, like perfect user safeties, in my opinion. Next up, we have Lewis Seen here, 202, 6'2", with 85 speed, 86 acceleration. Does have some pretty decent tackling. Does pack a little bit of a punch there with the 83 hit power and 78 tackling. So not a bad option here. You have the size and you're only one speed worse than Ransall, but you also have that trade-off where you do get some more stats to help back it up, which I think is better in my opinion. Next up, Kevin Winston Jr., 6'2", 213. Again, a good build. He's got a good height. He's a good weight. If we head down here, he's got a little bit of zone coverage and good tackling stats. High acceleration is also very important at the user position, as it allows them to kind of, get in and out of breaks and move pretty smooth. So you have the size, you have the speed, strong safety. It's a pretty good option. I would love to see this guy on like a Titans theme team or something like that. With the crystals, 87 speed would go crazy on this guy. So Kevin Winston is a card that I think looks pretty solid, honestly, and only 50K for him too. And if you have Abdul Carter too, who was actually in yesterday's video, if you guys missed yesterday's video, my top 7 must-have cards, pair a little Kevin Winston with your must-have Abdul Carter, and there you go. Next up here at safety, we have Harrison Smith. Okay, a little bit more expensive, but he has the run support stats that I like, and obviously this card can still play over the top. But I do feel like we are starting to get those faster safeties, and it's kind of starting to turn where your Harrison Smith is now going to have to become your sub linebacker or kind of play him in the box. But he has really good zone, even if you're not using this card, because you have him in the box, you have 2 guys kind of down there. If that's your situation, then you can still let this guy lurk by himself. He's got good enough zone and can make the tackles by himself. Again, I don't love the lower impact block, but that's kind of what we're getting on the safeties at this point in the year. We're getting low impact block, low block shit on a lot of these guys. So that's why I still would honestly prefer using a good linebacker at sub linebacker. That's why I prefer it. I know some people do like running, some safeties in there. So that's why I'm adding this to, my top 10 user video today. Next up, we got Nick Cross, 2 speed better. He's 6 foot and does have good tackling. There's a real debate between him and Harrison Smith, honestly, but as like pure user, Nick Cross I think is better. I think it is close, but pure user, this Nick Cross card does go pretty crazy. Next up, we got the rookie premier Xavier Watts, 85 speed, 87 acceleration. If you have him with the 32 team chem token, he's probably like number 1 in the box, honestly, because maybe not number 1, I don't know, but 88 speed. If you have crystals with a full theme team, and he gets like 90, I think I have like 92 zone coverage on him right now. I can get it up to 94 if I switch my strat cards up, with which is just insane. But again, there's an argument. This is another thing I don't like about these safety user lists, is like you should probably be playing this guy over the top right now still at this point. You probably should be still playing him over the top. He's got really good COD. Like, my Watts is staying over the top, but if something better comes out, that's when you're going to want to move Watts down into sub linebacker user, which is probably what I'm going to do because he's got a pretty good build. Next up, Malik Hooker, Campus Heroes. We got 84 speed, 86 acceleration at 6'2". This is what I mean. Like, the stat-wise, Xavier Watts is probably better, right? Like, he's probably better in the box, or he's probably better just as a safety in general. But in the box, it's interesting between him and Hooker because he's a little bit taller, right? A little bit taller, and you have that, the good build, good zone coverage, good tackling, good pursuit, good hit power, good COD, acceleration, and speed as well. So I do like Malik Hooker. Malik Hooker with Colts team, Malik Hooker and Nick Cross, little team up there could go crazy. Next up, we got Talanoa Hufanga, 85 speed, 83 acceleration, which I don't love, but I feel like this is another example of a card that you should probably still have playing over the top if you're using him on a Niners or Broncos team. But in the box, he's pretty good too. I mean, he's 6 foot. He's got good tackling, good hit power, good pursuit. So this is definitely a card I would love to see over the top, maybe for a little bit longer, but could definitely be a box guy. I feel like these run support safeties are going to be, once their speed kind of phases out, they can be very good box safeties. Next up, Sean Taylor. Again, a card that should probably be playing over the top for you, but Sean T is a card that I have picked up for my team in most years of Mutt and just put him right at sub linebacker because that's just how he plays. Because I play a lot of man, right? So if you're playing a lot of man and then you have Sean Taylor on your team, it's not great. You want to use the card. So you're eliminating his man coverage, one of his biggest weaknesses. But even though Sean Taylor, usually is pretty good as a sub linebacker, he's got like low impact block this year and low block shed, which is what we're seeing on pretty much every single one of these safeties that we've seen today. Low impact block. You're seeing it on all the safeties right now. Besides my number one safety user right now in this game, Kyle Duggar. This is like the perfect. You're picking this card up to play sub linebacker, most likely. And if you're not, you don't have to. Like if you have a Patriots team right now, an 89 speed Kyle Duggar over the top seems crazy. But also as a user, 89 speed Kyle Duggar seems pretty crazy. Like look at the run stopping stats, look at the coverage, look at the speed. Look at the height. Look at the build. He is perfect as a sub linebacker. So those are my safeties. Let's head over to the linebackers. All right, at linebacker, I do have an honorable mention. It's going to be Cody Lindenberg. Okay, 6'2", 82 speed, 81 acceleration. Beautiful against the run. Just a solid card. Again, you're using this guy. He cannot be boosted. Honestly though, with like a team of the week boost, if you're doing that, I also realized today that the team of the week boost, they go away after each week. So you have to build a new team of the week theme team every single week. Like who's doing that? And then even if you build it, it's just going to go away next week and the price of all the cards is going to tank. So why would you? I don't know. EA Sports is cooking something. I'm not sure what they're cooking, but there it is. Okay. Next up, all right, I guess at number 10, we have Zach Thomas. Just a decent card in my opinion. I don't think it's anything crazy. 80 zone. He's only 5'11", but he's here for the speed, the movement. Has high awareness, play rec, tackling. Here are the abilities, by the way, on him. He does get lurker, which is pretty standard amongst all these users in today's video. But this is a solid user. I don't think he's gonna make you take your socks off or anything. But he's good. If you got him on a theme team, sure, great. This one I felt weird about, but it is Nick Bolton. A little bit smaller, has some speed, but good against the run with some good zone and man coverage. So I feel like he deserves to be here, despite only being 5'11". And I think I moved him back a little bit because of his height, but he's still good. Okay, next up we have 6 foot Patrick Queen. This card plays very well. I will say that right now. And again, lower zone coverage, lower man coverage, but keep in mind this is users. So you're going to be the one controlling him. So the zone and man aren't as important. What actually really to me is the run support, because once your user runs to do a block, you want to be able to shed or, even make a tackle, land a hate stick, whatever the case is. And Patrick Queen can definitely do that, with good speed and decent COD. Okay, decent COD. Frankie Louvu. I love this card. This card moves very, very well in game. He can even rush the passer if you kind of need him to, which a lot of these guys really can't if you want to play him off the edge. But good run support stats, over 82 zone coverage, just a nice little boost to have. And he is 6'3", 235. This card does move very, very well. Unfortunately for Louvu, he does not get lurker, but this card does still play well in my opinion. Next up, we got Robert Spillane, Bobby Spillane here. 6'1", 226. Something I don't love about this card is the fact that he has 70 COD. I don't love that, but he's got good run support. He's got 85 zone coverage as well. Here are the abilities for him. No lurker, but Spillane's good. Spillane's good. I don't love certain things about this card, like the fact he's a linebacker and kind of has lower impact block and lower hit power. I don't love, but this card does have a really good building game, and he does play well from what I've seen playing against him. Next up, we got Aziz. Okay, if your opponent does have Trevor Lawrence, you're going to want to put in Aziz for that one. But 83 speed, 86 acceleration, 6'2", 228, over 80 zone coverage, good tackling, impact block, pursuit, hit power. Beautiful card. Aziz is very good. Aziz is solid. Gonna be overlooked though because he's let's see like a Niners team. Damn, Titans team kind of got some guys. Titans team's kind of tough. They're a couple names away from I wish we had a Cam Ward. We're getting so many rookies on Thursday. Like Cam Ward again, man. Most disrespected number 1 overall pick of all time. most least hyped #1 overall pick of all time. Easily. Cam Ward. Disrespectful. All right, Quincy Williams is up next here. Solid card. I would love to see him have some higher COD, but he does move pretty well. Here you go. Tackling, zone coverage, speed. It does get lurker. Things I don't like about this card. The first one is lower impact block. Almost safety-like impact block, but this card does animate. He does move pretty well. He does play well. So Quincy Williams up next. We got Troy Anderson, of course. He was in yesterday's video. My 7 must-have players. Troy Anderson is amazing. 84 speed, good acceleration, 6'4", 235 with good run stop stats for 50K. This card is insane. Okay, this card is crazy how good he is. Next up, we got Jahad Campbell, 84 speed, 86 acceleration with good tackling, pursuit, zone coverage, all that good stuff. Before we get into our last card today, I do just want to mention one thing, okay? Just one quick thing I want to mention before we get into our last card, and that is going to be, where is he? Where is, so Ted Hendricks is going to be getting a card at the end of the month. If I don't make another one of these videos before then, and you're watching this maybe like 2 weeks from now, whenever Ted Hendricks comes out, I think every single version of his card will be the best, because even if you only get to this one, which you can do, you can get here. 6'7", 220, 80 COD. Look at those stats, but the big thing is that he's 6'7", and there's really no one near that height with this speed at all. Even if you're only here, I mean, this card is still amazing. You know what I mean? And I don't think these ones get all 32. So if you're only up to this point, and you getting that Colts team looking kind of spooky, the Raiders team looking kind of spooky, but Ted is coming. Pause. But when he does, just know this card's gonna be a stud. Like, this is probably worth grinding a couple ranked games to get him. Like, he's my choice. I think I'm here, and he's my choice 100% of the time. Like, I'm picking him over maybe St. Juice. St. Juice, 89 speed on St. Juice seems pretty good. But at the end of the month, will it be? At the end of the month, will 89 speed be king? All 32, yeah, probably still a 92 speed corner who's 6'3" will still have value. So maybe St. Juice, but Ted Hendricks will also be a stud, like 88 speed potentially. Little bit of COD, like he's going to be a monster. All right, #1 today, though, is the brand new Trent Simpson. 6'2", 86 speed out of the box with 89 acceleration. Decent run stopping stats with decent coverage stats. But really, for me, it's just that speed out of the box that makes him so good. And of course, if you have any of these guys in today's video on your 50-50 theme teams, use them over the guys ahead because they get that crazy boost from being on a theme team. Like the boosts in this game are just crazy. So yeah, you're going to want to do that. If you have any of these guys, say for example, you have a Kansas City Chiefs team. Yeah, you're going to want to run the 86 speed, or 85 speed, 86 speed Nick Bolton over pretty much all the linebackers that I've mentioned here. Besides maybe Trenton Simpson. Besides maybe him. That's really it. But yeah, Simpson to me is #1. And not, what is his price at? Because you're going to have to upgrade him. So I'm looking to 84 overall. It doesn't say what player you need. I'm not too sure which player you're going to need, though. I'm not entirely sure. But that's my top 20 or top 10 linebacker users, top 10 safety users video. Have a great rest of your day. And, of course, as always, I will see you boys in the next one. Go watch these videos if you haven't yet already. And goodbye. Have a good one. Goodbye.